Hi Year 7s, today I'm just going to run you through how to create a pie graph using Google Docs. Now on the screen in front of me I have the Schoology page that is asking you to create these pie graphs. For this particular task you will be creating one pie graph for the Table 1 data and another pie graph for the Table 2 data. Today I'm going to show you how to create the pie graph for Table 1, and I want you to try to apply the same instructions for creating a pie graph for Table 2. So we're going to get started. We'll head over to our new Google document. Now I have simply copied and pasted the data sets into my Google Doc so it's easy for me to see and I can create the pie graph in this way. So I'm going to click on Insert up the top here, and just like when we did the column graphs the other lesson, we're going to go to Chart and go down to Pie. Once we select Pie Graph, down the bottom, it's going to come up with an Edit in Sheets option, and we're going to click on that. So your Google Sheets is going to open up with the data set here so that you can change it up to reflect the data that you will be showing in your graph. I'm going to move my graph just over to the side just by clicking on it and moving it across, and we're going to put in our data. So if I scroll down to my Table 1, I've got my categories and I've got my percentages. So my categories are going to be what I put in column A in my Google Sheet. So just up here. So it was agriculture. And if we go back, there we are. So I've got all of my categories in here. Now you can see on my pie graph, it's only showing the 4 first categories. The reason is because mining, services and hydroelectricity currently have 0%, which means they're not actually represented on the graph yet. But as soon as I do put in their percentage, they will show up. So we'll do that now. We can have a little look. We've got 70, 12, 10, 3, 2, 2, 1. And there we are. So you can see as I've put in the data for our graph, it has actually changed automatically on the pie graph here, which is really amazing that we don't have to do that ourselves. We can do it electronically, which is fantastic. One important thing to remember with a pie graph is that data will always be represented in the same structure. So it always goes from the largest set of data to the smallest set of data. And your pie graph will always go from it will always go in a clockwise pattern. So your largest set of data will go from the top of your pie graph here all the way around, and then your second largest, your third largest, and so on. It will never be in a different pattern. So it's very important that even though a computer is able to generate this information for us, that you understand the process of creating a pie graph as well. Now, of course, I'm going to jump back into my Google Doc. Now I'm going to press Update. And here we are. Now there's one thing that I've forgotten to do. I've forgotten to put the title in. Points scored is not what we want to call it. We're going to call it Fresh Water Use in Australia. There we are. Sorry guys, that didn't work the way that I wanted it to. I'll just do that again. Fresh water use in Australia. And there we are. So our title is in there. If I go back to my Google Doc, I'm going to click Update, and you can see that the title has changed. So there you have it, your first pie graph for Table 1. Now, I want you to apply the same principles to creating a pie graph for Table 2. Good luck!